All right, everybody, welcome to episode 5 of the Yuba Sutter Bars show. I am your host, Travis Lee. Sorry to switch it up, so I'm going to start out by saying if you listen to this week's podcast, please do what you can and ship it around Facebook and make sure everybody gets their hands on this week's episode so everybody knows about the content. Normally we do this podcast every Thursday live at 5, but recently my work schedule has been changed and my personal life has been getting a lot more busy, so I can't always do it at such a scheduled time. We're probably going to be switching it to maybe Fridays. We're going to figure it out, but for now the best way to keep in touch is just to check my Facebook, check the Facebook page for the Yuba Sutter Nightlife page, and just work together and get the content out. Ideally, I'd like to keep it at the same time. I like to keep it at the end of the week just so everybody has time to give me their events so everything gets covered and everything gets promoted. But unfortunately, it's not always what I want to do, and what I can do does not always go hand in hand. So I can't stress enough that if you have a show or you have a fundraiser or you have something local going on that you think pertains to our audience, pertains to our community, go ahead and get that into me as quickly as possible, because if it's not in my events section on Facebook, that's where I go, that's where I look to see what's coming up. I do write myself notes, but from time to time things get misplaced and things get lost. If you want to know surefire 100%, you want the promotion, you want the advertising all for free, and you want to know that it's gotten out there, this is the best way to find out. Is make sure it's in an event page, make sure it gets sent to me. Tag me in posts. I made a post about this earlier this week. Sometimes I know I share a lot of content from the same bars over and over. I want to share content every single week from every single bar. There are some bars like Happy Times and Wood Butcher and Dowers and Grumpy's, and all those bars, they get the content out. They do a good job. For bars like Grumpy's and bars like River's Edge and Happy Times that actually have personal Facebook pages for their bar accounts, in addition to their Facebook page, I want to remind those people that they can tag me in a post. If you have a flyer for a show coming up, or you want to promote the fact that you have the NFL Sunday ticket, or whatever the case may be, you can tag me in it. You can blow my Facebook feed up. You can spam me all day long. This is honestly one of the main reasons I have a Facebook page, is to promote this kind of stuff and to meet new people. I've only been in the area for 2 or 3 months now, so I'm just trying to make friends and get the message out, and this is the way I choose to do it. So if you send me 100 million links a day, it does not bother me as long as it's relevant and as long as it's not the same thing over and over and over. So get those to me. There are other bars, I hate to put them on the spot, but the Cigar Box comes to mind as a bar that has very little social media sharing. I know they don't do shows and things like that, but I do know that during the Peach Festival, they had a lot of great drink specials that we weren't able to get out to you guys. I think our page was only like a week old at that time. I know that they show all the football games, and I know they have very flippy-floppy hours. They're not very consistent as to when they're open and when they're closed. So bars like that would be a perfect opportunity. There's another spot called Fireside Bar and Grill that I don't even know if it's still open. It's in Yuba City. It's over by the Econo Lodge, heading south towards Happy Times if you're heading towards the golfing range. And I want to promote these places, and I consider myself the king of the bar scene. I don't mean that in a cocky way, but I mean that I try to stay very involved and very engaged, and I reach out to the owners and I send them a lot of emails and I annoy people with text messages. So if I don't know if your bar is open or not, you're probably not getting your word out to enough of the patrons. I have over 3,000 people on Facebook. I get messages. We have 1,000 fans on our Facebook page now, which is very exciting. And people will send me private messages that not everybody sees, asking me what's going on and this and that. So I want to go ahead and encourage everybody to engage with me. Send me all your links. Send me what you got. Speaking of engagement, we have went ahead and added ourselves to yet another social media account. So if you want to follow us across the board, we're now on SoundCloud. You can look us up. SoundCloud is not so cool, and so you can't make custom URLs. And if you can, and I'm mistaken, please reach out to me and let me know. But it's not a custom one. It looks like our username right now is just soundcloud.com, and then it's just a bunch of numbers. I'm not even going to read it off to you guys because there's no way to write it down or remember it. But go on our Facebook page. It's the most recent post. I just made it after this podcast is done being recorded. I'm going to post that as well. So it may be bumped down a little bit, but scroll through and look for it. It's our link, and the thing that's awesome about it, and the reason we got on it, even though I know you already have 1,000 ways to access our podcast, is I know a lot of people use them. I know a lot of DJs use them, and that's a market that I want to get out to and start engaging. But you can actually download the SoundCloud app directly onto your cell phone. I think that's a cool tool because then if you're driving to work or what have you, you can actually listen to us on your own time. You don't have to be tethered to your computer at all times. Plus, if you have friends, I saw another Facebook post again today. There's a pet peeve of mine saying that this area is boring. I don't think this area is boring at all. I think this show is a great example of how much stuff there is to do in this area, because if there was not enough content and enough fun things to do in this area, there's no way it would be possible for me to do a show a half an hour long, 5 weeks in a row, talking about all the local stuff that there is to do. I think boring people have boring lives, and I hate to be harsh, but if your life seems boring and you don't seem like you're getting enough stimulation, get outside your box. Don't go to the same pizza bar every weekend. Don't hang out with the same group. Stretch yourself out, broaden your horizons, and then mix those things up. There are enough bars in this area. I'd actually be curious to talk about this more, but there are at least over 30 bars. That means you could go to a bar a day and not visit all the bars in a month. And I think there's more bars than that. That's just what I'm thinking about. We're in a great location geographically where we can get up to Chico, we can get down to Sacramento, and we can get all over to the coast, up to Lake Tahoe, all within usually less than 2 hours. There's not a lot of places in the United States that have that wide of a variety of things to do. So we might be a small town, but I think that just means that we have better values. I think of Yuba City as a town with big city dreams but small town values. And you're not going to ever find those high aspirations with those good quality things. You're going to get one or the other. You're going to get, you're going to get your San Francisco, and you're going to get the bad attitude that goes along with it, or you're going to get your humble, gentlemanly type of people, but you're going to get boring. So we have the best of both worlds. You can do karaoke every single night. There are 5 concerts every single weekend. They're all free. We have the amphitheater right down the road. So there's a lot of the good, fun stuff to go and see and do. And if you don't believe me, we're going to dive right into that right now, and we're going to talk about it. We're going to start with a show a little bit out of context. It's going on this Saturday. I just want to make sure this is one of the things that doesn't have an event page, so I made an effort to bookmark it so that way I would not forget to share the content. But this Saturday evening, Josh Boudreaux is going to be playing a solo show without his band at the 7 Mile House. 7 Mile House is located at 3178 on Highway 20 in Marysville. They're only open on Saturdays, which is actually really interesting because they're only open once a week, so I think they focus a lot on making sure that when they are open that day, they're putting forth great quality stuff. They have, hands down, the most beautiful patio outdoor area in all of the Yuba Sutter area. We've got a lot of great bars that rival them, but the 7 Mile House, I think they're just over the top. So you want to go out there and check those guys out, see what they're offering, see what Josh is like. He's going to be a little different without his band. So make sure you go out. That's this Saturday, September 20th. So like them on Facebook, get engaged. They're almost to 300 fans, so let's help them get there. Also coming up, this is going to be the final weekend of The Adventures of Tom Sawyer at the Acting Company in Yuba City. Tickets are $10, so make sure if you haven't seen it, go out and support live local theater. Like I said, this will be the last chance that you'll have to go out and support them. Originally, I was going to wait and do the podcast on Friday because I figured by Friday I would for sure have all the content in. But I wanted to make sure that we got this information out today because there's one of the greatest events that happens is every Thursday. And I knew if I did my podcast on Friday, I would skip these guys, and they deserve better than that. So we're going to once again, Clark Bushman and company are doing their open mic series. It's the longest going open mic. They're probably up to about 2.5 years now at this point. It's at Mountain Mike's in Yuba City. The theme this week is just songs that make you smile. So if you have that song that every time you're in a bad mood, you turn on the radio and it comes on and a smile comes across your face, this is the song you want to go out and play. Those guys always get a great crowd. I know a lot of people are still unaware that they're doing it, which baffles me, but you want to make sure you go out there and check it out. It's a good family-friendly thing. It's free. You don't got to be 21. You can make it as extravagant or as low-key as you want. You can go out and just listen to the music, or you can go out, make it a whole dinner party. They got drinks at the pizza place, so everything is out there. And then going back to our good friend Josh Boudreau, he's going to be playing this Friday in Marysville at the Silver Dollar with his full band. And as always, it's going to be free. The show is 21 and up. So go out there and check it out. We're going to be out there. If you see me, say hello. I'm going to have my camera. I'm going to be doing video and some stills. So if you guys see me, you want me to take your picture or something, come say what's up. I always enjoy meeting everybody. So look for that. Another event is going to be on Saturday. And this is actually something I was looking forward to promoting. This bar is really close to my house, but it's kind of got a bad reputation, and it doesn't always do a lot of events. I know that they are recently trying to change a lot of stuff up, so we want to spotlight them. But that's going to be the Long Branch Saloon. That's the place located on Lyndhurst Avenue. They're doing a dual birthday party for two of their people. And so they want everybody to come out. They're going to be doing a potluck, and they ask if you come out that you do bring a little side dish if you can. They're going to be doing a Scotch doubles tournament starting at 3, which is pretty cool. I don't really see a lot of that anywhere, so that'll be pretty cool. And then from 3 to 5 p.m., and make sure you perk your ears up, from 3 to 5 p.m., the first 2 drinks are free. As long as you have a valid ID, they're going to give you 2 drinks for free. After that, you're going to have to pay. So that's just between those 2 hours there, 3 to 5 p.m. They're going to have food. You can't really beat that. You get a good meal. You just got to basically bring a side dish. That's an awesome thing. That's definitely a way that I know a lot of people can make new friends. So go out there and check that place out. It's early enough that you could still do anything else you wanted to if you don't want to stay there all evening. So go out, check that out. Also, this Saturday is going to be, in the morning, a really fun mud run that's going to be taking place at the motocross track that's located under the E Street Bridge when you're going from Linda into Marysville. The address there is 981 Shad Road. So I don't know if they're going to have tickets available the day of. I don't think they would, but they may. They've been going around $40 now since it's coming up. So you want to check that out. Buy them now because, like I said, I don't know if they're going to be available on the day of. Also on Saturday, also in the morning at 9 a.m., Bishop's Pumpkin Farm is going to be celebrating opening up for the season. They're getting ready to kick off another great fall season. You can go out there. They've got a zip line. They've got all the great food that I'm sure you already know about, the caramel apples and all that good stuff. They're going to have a corn maze. And it's just a great place to pick out that perfect pumpkin that you want to carve up with the kids. So that's going to be a good one that you could go to. And again, going back to my earlier rant, it is a free event, and you don't even have to be 21 and up. So even if you're one of my listeners and you think to yourself like, well, yeah, Travis, you can rant and go on about how there's a lot of fun stuff, but all you ever do is talk about the bar scene. I don't just talk about the bar scene. I talk about the music scene, and I talk about the local scene. It just so happens that music and bars tend to go hand in hand. But the mud run, anybody could do that. Bishop's Pumpkin Farm, anybody could do that. But you're thinking, I don't want to get muddy, and it's too early for me to get my pumpkin for the season. Well, bam, I got another event for you. Also, on Saturday, also early in the morning, at 11 in the morning, Butchie's Pool is a new place located in Yuba City. They work with the physically disabled, so it's a great cause. They're going to be doing a concert. They're going to have a 50-50 raffle. Mudstone is going to be playing. They're going to have food and drinks. They're going to be doing a car show and a bike show. They're going to have vendors. They're going to have games. They're going to have a ton of awesome stuff going on. They are asking that it's $20 per person and $30 per couple. And I know I talk about everything being free all the time, but given what these guys stand for, I've worked with special needs kids a lot in my life, so I have a soft spot for them. I think anybody can agree that, we have to do what we can to not only help our community, but to help people with disabilities, and they deserve a great place to go. So that's a great event. Go ahead and go out and support that. Also, on Saturday, this one's going to be in the evening at 5 p.m., Grumpy's is going to be doing their Crawdad feed. This is the 11th consecutive year that they're going to be doing this thing. I, myself, very much wish I could go, but unfortunately, my job pays the bills, and I have to go when they say to go. But I've never had a Crawdad in my life. I've grown up in Cleveland and a little bit in Austin and in Sacramento and, mid to large size cities. And so we've never had this country feel going on. Even in Texas, I got distracted by the barbecue, but I never really got experienced into the Crawdad thing. So if anybody out there wants to tell me where to go or can turn me on to something like that, I'd be very, very interested in checking out some Crawdads. But for the rest of you who are lucky enough to go out, I encourage you. It's going to be similar to the party that we pitched from earlier, and they're asking everyone to bring a dish to share, a little side dish. Salads and sides are what they're strongly recommending. They're asking for no chips, so don't be lazy. I know everybody can go to the dollar store and buy a bag of Granny Smith stale, flavorless potato chips, but listen, if Grumpy's is going to be awesome enough to continue to do events like this, you can go out there. They're going to be giving you some gumbo. You're going to get some jambalaya. You're going to get some crawdads. So don't be a cheapskate. Go on out and get the stuff, and I'm sure you got some family secrets. Make something delicious and bring it on out for the community to try. There's another event. It's been on our radar for a long time, and it's finally here. It's a murder mystery show. So you go out, you get some wine, some stuff like that, and it's one of those things where everybody's a suspect and there's a little bit of acting going on. You don't know who the killer is. It's like playing I almost said video game, the board game Clue. It's a real life version of it, and it's going to be taking place. It's being put on by the acting company, and it's going to be taking place at the Hillcrest Plaza Room. And that's not a name you hear every day, so I'm sure you don't know where it is. It is located, get those pens and papers out, at 210 Julie Drive in Yuba City. That's 210 Julie Drive in Yuba City. And if I talk too fast or my voice isn't clear, just send me a message and ask about any of the particular events, and I can elaborate a little more, or I can send you the link to the invite page. Going on, we're still in Saturday, folks. We're still in Saturday. It's only 7 p.m. If you were to go out and do each and every one of these events, your day would have started at 9 a.m. And here we are at 7 p.m., and you're still not even done. The nightlife is just barely creeping in. And you want to call this town boring? I don't think so. Because then at 7 p.m. at the Brewing House, Sutter Buttes Brewery, right there off of Plumish Street, they're going to be having some live music. They've got String Theory is going to be playing. And guess what? It's free. And guess what? They have beer. And guess what? If you're not 21, you can still go in and get dinner. So there's a lot of fun stuff going on. Half hour later, starting at 7:30, another annual event. It kind of marks the end of summer. It's been going on for a while. You guys would probably know more about this than I. The 21 Club is going to be doing their annual Luau Backyard Barbecue, and Kimmy and the Diamondbacks are going to be playing. So you're going to want to go out. Guess what? It's free. There might be a price for the barbecue and for the beers, but the band is free, and you can't beat that. So you're going to go out and check that out. Another show that I'm highly looking forward to is going to be On Off at 9 p.m. Saturday evening at Grumpy's Tavern. And this will be my first time visiting Grumpy's Tavern, and it's been pretty high on my list out of bars that I have not yet visited. So I'm really excited about going in there and meeting everybody. And I always enjoy seeing On Off. So I'm excited to go back and see them again and see what those guys have to offer. If that murder mystery show that I mentioned before sounds like something that's your style, but you're like me and you got to work sometimes and you can't get it out, you can also go on Sunday because they're going to be doing a second offering. Same location, 210 Julie Drive in Yuba City. And this one is going to be at 12:30, so it's going to be in the afternoon. It's not going to interfere. Still plenty of time to go home and catch the evening football games. Plenty of time to do that day drinking that we know we all love to do on Sundays. And plenty of time to just have a great time. So that's going to be the events. There are a few that are just now coming through my feed that I did miss mentioning. There's going to be a show on Friday at the New River's Edge, as well as Uno Menudo is going to be playing at Sopa Thai on Friday evening. Again, it's free. They've got a cool bar in there. I know I talked about this before, but they've got some good beers from Thailand that you've got to get out there and check out. And then a little bit of information about the show on Friday at New River's Edge is they're doing a blues show that they're calling Fat Friday, and that's going to run from 8 to about midnight. So they've got the pool table in there. They know they have that little mini arcade in there. So looks like their Facebook page has a good little amount of people coming out. The artist is called Red Moon, and like I said, it's going to be blues. So you're going to want to go check that out. So again, there's plenty of stuff. We've just talked for over 20 minutes about all the things that there are to do in this area. And that's not even mentioning all the places that do great drink specials. That's not mentioning the spots along the river that are great for fishing. There's a ton of great other stuff that my little niche box does not fit. So I better stop seeing those posts. If you don't like this town, you can move. You can go away. Because we have a good time here and we don't need negativity. Because when I moved into this town, I had a lot of pessimistic people telling me that there was nothing to do. And I quickly realized how incorrect that most definitely was. So I have fun doing this show. I hope you guys have fun listening to it. Until next week, keep an eye on Facebook. I'll let you know when the next episode's going to be. Probably Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday. If you have anything you want shouted out, make sure you get it into me early. I'll put it on the podcast for you. If we miss the podcast, you want to make sure you go ahead and send it our way on Facebook. I'll shout it out on Facebook. If you have a great show you want us to videotape so it can be on our YouTube channel, hit me up on that because I'm always looking for great content. And like I said, we look forward to seeing you guys in the future. One final note is we have our year-end award show coming up in about 3 months on December 27th. I'm really excited about it. I hope that everybody else is as well. We are looking for people to present the awards. So if you think you have the personality, you can talk to people, and you're very energetic and exciting, and you think you can get a lot of friends to come out, send me a message at indiehelpsindie@gmail.com or on Facebook, and let me know, because we're still looking for about 8 more people to do some presenting. We've got a lot of fun categories. You can give a little speech. If you're a funny guy, funny gal, you can do a little joke or two. We're going to have live music. We're going to have a lot of fun stuff. So make sure you guys reach out to us. We love to help you. Hopefully you can reciprocate that and turn back around and show us some love. So in the meantime, adios. We'll see you next week. Be kind to one another.